So dumb.
It's going to be a wild west, and a beautiful thing is to watch it all evolve and stuff. And like I made the comment the last go around, like especially when they were bitching about like national leagues and shit weren't being profitable, and it's like, okay, well, everybody consider like how long it took for a lot of these athletic clubs across the board to get established and get to the popularity and the profitability that they're at. Like you think about it, it's taken the NFL at the very least 70 years to get to the point where it's at now. That's a whole entire lifetime in essence.
And even then, you still get teams. I mean, everyone is profitable at the moment, but some teams are realistically way more profitable than the others.
Yeah, and it took time for that to get to that.
And also, some move for that exact reason to get more profit. I mean, why do you think my favorite Raiders, I know I love to suffer, why do you think the Raiders moved from Oakland to Las Vegas?
Profitability.
Yeah, and now it's the same is going to happen to the A's and the MLB. They're going to be moving from Oakland also to Las Vegas.
It's not stupid. It's really not. It's not a bad business decision.
It financially makes sense, especially when, as is the case with the A's, your owner is the cheap bastard.
American sports, I don't understand. It's just franchising in general. I hate it. I do not like franchising.
That's the issue. That's the issue I have with CS:GO at the moment. That in terms of Tier 1, a lot of it has really become like a very closed club.
Mm-hmm. It always becomes a closed club.
Yes,
that's why I'm not a fan of franchising in general.
And especially Blast. So I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to try to find a tweet. Essentially, ENCE was like a top 4, top 5, definitely top 10, but like a top 4, top 5 team, I would argue. And but they weren't a Blast partner team, so they had to go for like a fuck ton of qualifiers to actually make it to the main event. When even if they would have won it, I'm pretty sure the way the rules worked, they still would have to qualify over and over again next time. So the in-game leader, essentially the in-game leader made a tweet at that point that we like finally qualified from a qualifier for a qualifier and so on. Oh, I think I found it. Yeah. The tweet is as follows, quote, "After qualifying from the qualifier, we qualified through the next qualifier. Now we are in the partner team relegation qualifier. Happy we didn't have to go through the qualifiers before the qualifiers like Mad Lions and Walsing. GG to all the teams we played in the qualifiers."
GG easy at the end, maybe.
Yeah, to which the other org, Heroic, replied, "Wait, so you're qualified for the Blast Premier qualifier now?" Which says, yes, exactly.
God damn.
GG easy, well played.
Yeah, I linked to that.
God.
Like that tweet had some traction in the community, and for a very good reason, because I mean, like, I can understand like having some teams that get in the one agreement or the other with you. Like, I can understand that.
New teams and everything.
To some extent, it makes sense, but at a certain point, it gets kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it does. It does. Like, that's why I wish like eSports could replicate some stuff from real life sports.
Yes, but that's also why I love the major cycle, because it still indirectly matters, because if you're like the ESL or Blast partner team, you have more chances to score points, which determine where you are in the rankings. But still, in the end of the day, it gives any team a chance to qualify. And that leads to situations like with the most recent major, which had a lot of like crazy upsets. And suddenly it turns out that Gamer Legion, which is like a very much the definition of a tier 2 team, which is not a partner team with Blast, not a partner team with ESL, suddenly made it to the previous major, and now it made it all the way to the final. Or you have Monte, same situation. also made it to the playoffs, and you have Into the Breach, you have Apex. Like these are all the teams that they do not have any kind of partnership with the main league organizers, and suddenly, given the chance to play on the equal footing, they delivered.
That's good. That's why I like.
Which, by the way, community, a lot of big part of CS:GO community is very, very pissed off about that.
Why?
That they were calling it like a fluke major, a phony major,
Oh,
because
fuck off.
yes, because fluke teams made it, which it's really stupid because especially if you're like a lower ranked team, like you have to get for an open qualifier where there's for you. I'm gonna talk for Europe specifically. There's 4 open qualifiers where from each from each qualifier, the number of teams that made it to the next qualifier was, I think, like definitely no more. I don't remember now. Definitely no more than 8. But in each qualifier, you had like 500-600 of teams participating.
Yeah, that's the thing
So it was just like a massive gauntlet just to get to the second qualifier, from which you had to get to the third qualifier. In both of them, getting 3 wins.
That is
Yeah,
too much.
that,
Yes,
yeah, but that's the thing though. But in that, and you said
like
that CS:GO fans are pissed.
you went like
Oh
open
my god.
qualifier, which is like I think you needed like 8 wins to get out of it. Then close qualifier, which you needed another 3 wins out of 3 to 5 games. Then you had to go to the RMR when you need to win 3 games again to qualify. Then you got to the major itself where you needed 3 wins in the Swiss system is to get to the legend stage, where you needed to win 3 games again out of no more than 5 to get to the playoffs.
God damn.
At that point, if you won that many games against, from some point, like really good teams, like there is a certain point where the fluke argument really stops working.
Yeah, that's what I hate about esports in general. Like I love esports that as an idea and everything, but when it comes to fans talking about esports, I'm like, esports are such a young medium, such a young sport to begin with. And it doesn't matter what game you're playing, CS:GO, COD, or Fortnite, or Valorant. Who cares, right? Esports as a like medium is such a young thing. People don't realize that a lot of things can change and a lot of things can be improved.
Yeah,
Don't think it's set in
absolutely.
stone. Like
Which
they
is
think,
which is why I'm looking forward to CS2. Even if it's more improvement than a completely new thing, I'm still looking forward to it because it can shake things up.
yeah. And I'm just my always been problem with esports in general is like how like qualifying like yeah, it is annoying and everything. It's too much, but at the same time, we do need something that your average Joe can qualify for the for the majors, whatever. But they have to prove that they're good enough to be there. For example,
Yeah,
Call of
which
Duty.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna finish the Call of Duty, for example, switched to like we talked about on the Patreon extra. They switched to franchising. No team from outside can qualify for that because it's a closed shop. Only these teams and only these players. Well, they change players, but everything. But it kind of loses its value when it's a closed shop.
Yes, yes, yeah, and it especially becomes obvious when there's a team that is really, like you can really see that quality-wise they should not be here, but they're never gonna get relegated because they're a partner team and they pay for it.
Yeah.
In CS:GO, the good example is Evil Geniuses, who like they won like maybe 1 or 2 games against teams from top 2 tiers in the last 6 months. And keep in mind that in major qualifiers they played against NA teams, which NA scene in Counter-Strike is very weak right now because COVID wrecked it. And like they fell out of the first qualifier stage that they were in, which I believe was the close qualifier. They got to play in the RMR only because they were like the first team out, and then some other team that qualified couldn't go because of visa issues. So they were brought in as a replacement and they didn't qualify anyway. But yeah, other than that, they had like one free game when they won against number one team in the world out of the blue, and then everyone else just kicked their asses completely. And recently in the Cash Cup, which is like a very normally for smaller, it's for smaller teams, just a chance to like gain a bit and also test yourself against other competition. They played in that and they lost to a team that is not even in the HLTV ranking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they still get to play in tier one competitions for Blast because they're the partner team.
Yeah. Esports. So, boys and mostly girls, we've been talking for an hour and almost half an hour. Any closing thoughts? Anything that you want to mention for the podcast?
No, I think we've rambled on quite a good bit. I mean, shit, we got enough. We could warrant a whole nother episode out of this if we really wanted to.
Nah, it's okay. It's not the longest though.
No, it's not.
No, the longest one was almost 2 hours.
I mean, give me a chance that I can keep talking for another 3.
To be fair, I could talk and talk, and if I really wanted to,
Yeah.
we could make a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah, by the way, notice that from the moment you said about how we went to positive things, essentially most of the next 40 minutes was me just going full turbo rant mode at everything esports.
I'm okay. Hey, listen, I love esports. I want to talk about esports. Oh my god, I can talk for hours.
Absolutely the same. I love esports, but god, that scene has issues.
To be fair, we should make a episode where just literally talk about esports in general. We know.
Yeah, the three scrubs who would essentially get
Get their asses handed to them, yeah.
by a single the lowest tier pro.
Okay, I do want to mention that. So because I've been playing Call of Duty Ranked, right, a lot.
I'm sorry for you, my friend.
I know. I'm sorry for myself. But because I've been playing Call of Duty multiplayer, right, ranked, my plan was to like reach diamond and get like
Are you already at the point where you're wearing the ranked hoodie and using a combination of SAB and Vaznev?
Low key. I have the hoodie, but it's not diamond hoodie. I'm in platinum and I can't reach platinum by myself. I need friends who are good enough as me to reach platinum.
Well,
playing with random solo.
You're asking the wrong people then.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
I know. I can't do it. So I had to admit defeat. I don't think I will reach diamond ever, because I need friends who are good enough, and because I can't do it solo ranked. I can't. So I start playing.
You reminded me of when I tried to keep my CS:GO rank while playing solo queue. That was an experience that I would rather not experience again.
And I really want that diamond hoodie, but I don't think I will get it because I'm solo ranked and I can't with fucking random. Like I did calculate how many losses I had in the last match. 7 losses in a row. I'm like, no, I'm done. I can't. I'm stuck in platinum.
Honestly, I would have probably raged with like 3 losses earlier.
Yeah. So I was like thinking, I can reach diamond before season. I can reach diamond. Nope, not happening. But I started playing Warzone ranked. It's actually okay. It's fine.
No,
it's okay.
I've mostly actually I've been playing a bit of like normal multiplayer just to do the battle pass and challenges and stuff, but what I've been enjoying the most is just playing DMZ solo, and especially that new, I hope I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, the Koshei complex. It's so good. Although
I haven't tried it yet.
You probably should watch a couple of videos just to get a general idea of how it works, because otherwise you're gonna get absolutely confused in the first couple of attempts. But when you have a general idea of what's going on, I like it so much. It's so good.
Yeah, a lot of people like DNZ out on notice, which is good. But yeah, Warzone ranked, I think it's fine. I think it's the best Warzone 2 was ever been. Honestly, loadouts are fine, map is fine, the game mode is fine. Granted, players are still dumb as fuck, dumb as rocks, but it's fine. I don't think it's a bad experience. Even Mix is been hating Warzone for since it came out. It's like, okay, you know what? I did not have a bad time. Even he admits it, so that's nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, they improving finally. They're actually getting their dates actually in a good state. And apparently the new map for Warzone is gonna be Las Almas. So
Yeah, that would honestly, it would be nice because the
I hope it's
second,
in rotation with the
like
Al
even
Mazra.
like
I hope.
even in DMZ, like the second map, the island, it never really clicked with me for some
Oh,
reason.
Ashika, yeah.
I think it's just it's too small for me. I think that's the issue.
Yeah, yeah, I did
Because
play
and
Ashika on
that's
DMZ. It was too small.
especially a problem in DMZ if you play solo because you very much have a chance that you within like a minute of spawning you're already going to have someone on your head,
Yeah.
which like I can see the appeal if someone's into that, but I need my space. Like when I go solo into DMZ, I want meeting up with other people, and by meeting up I mean being shot by them, to be a highlight, not that I have like once, twice per match, like the high pressure moment as I do my missions or whatever. Not something that like literally no matter where I go, I'm going to trip over somebody.